Welcome back, guys. I'm Zell, and just like we talked about yesterday, we're going to get into this Wee Knife Company box today. Alright, we're going to jump right into it and get this thing out of here. We have a Wee Knife, and the box is a standard Wee Knife box. It's nothing special, but it's well fitted to what's inside, and it's nice enough because... Get the silica gel out of the way. Inside, we have this nice little fitted, semi-fitted pouch that you can actually put two knives into that I wish more companies would use. There are some companies out there that do try. Boker Plus uses this presentation style box, which is nice. And for some places, that's really nice. But whenever we're buying more expensive knives, something more than 50, 60, 80 bucks, things that may be presents, things that may be bought by people that expect a little more, because if I spend $300, $400, $500 on something, I expect a little more. The presentation box like Boker uses is a nice touch. These are even better, these little pouches, because you can use them. The Boker Plus box, though it's great for presentation, especially for a gift, isn't so good afterwards, because keeping track of boxes, as we all know, is a pain in the butt. Anyhow, and one more on that, there are a lot of knife companies out there that are selling very expensive knives, and they put them in a little plastic baggie, toss them in a box that doesn't even fit the knife, and it rattles around all the way to you as the Postal Service, FedEx, UPS, whoever is getting it to you. And I don't care if you have what's supposed to be a hard-use knife or not, that's not cool. Have a little more respect for your product and a little more respect for your customer. Anyhow. And inside we have up here, tool for the proprietary hardware. You guys know I don't like proprietary hardware, but hey, you give me a tool in the box with it, I'll give you a free pass. Well, maybe not a free pass, but I'm not going to fuss as much. And more desking, of course. Have a little card here thanking us and congratulating us on our Wii purchase. And our microfiber towel. Wee Knife Company. Do not stop doing this. This is all very nice, very beautiful, and something that should be done, maybe not with a purchase of a $100 knife, but definitely with a $200 or $300 knife. And there are other companies out there, like I said, that are failing at this. So don't stop, even on your less expensive knives. It's a very inexpensive way to put a very nice touch onto your product. Anyhow, let's get the knife out here. We have inside the box a Wii 617. And what makes the Wii 617 special? Why does it require its own video? Well, because this one is only $118 MSRP. And I suspect that as these come available, that initially the price will be about 118 bucks, but we'll see them down 85, 90, 100 bucks here pretty quick. And the reason that they are $118 instead of the normal $290, $280, $290, $300 that we see out of Wii knives is we have G10 handles, which I rather like. The G10 handles here are well done, well milled, have some texture on them. It's just beautiful. And then they didn't cheap out. I mean, they knocked close to $200 off their knives. We'll say $170 off their knives. And we're still getting the same hardware. It's still titanium. We're still getting the titanium pocket clip. Titanium pocket clip that is deep enough to fit in almost any pair of pants. So, it's a wonderful thing. Our blade is D2 tool steel. Well milled. I mean, look at this. These guys kick some tail here. It is just a beautiful milling job on this blade. And we'll see if it's up to Browse standards as far as the D2 goes. I haven't sharpened this yet, obviously, but I will here very soon, and we'll get a review on it in the next couple of weeks. Blade centering. I mean, look at that. Right down the middle. And that's what I hear out of just about everybody with Wii knives, is that they just come perfect. Action. Great. Falls free. Shuts easy. Like I said, right out of the bag or right out of the box, guys. So that's what makes this important, because this is a massive threat to our U.S. and European knife makers. Now you say, well, it's $100. It ain't that big a threat. If we can build this at at what's probably going to level out right around $100, maybe a little less, I don't expect any less whenever they get to that $50, $60 range. They are headed for that retail rack, guys. Not just we, but Kaiser as well. And like I said, not just Kaiser, but Ganzo too. Those three companies are looking to put CRKT and Kershaw and all of these other companies that have outsourced knives made in China. They're looking to put them out of business, and they're going to do it if those companies don't step up and get their quality control and their quality assurance programs on track. Because we and Kaiser, they definitely have those programs running. Not just running, but running well. Because I have yet to see a bad one out of either company. And I haven't heard of people really getting a bad one from we or Kaiser. You know, occasionally you get a bad Ganzo, but even with them, it's not very often. So that's why this deserved its own video. This is a knife that signals We Knife Company setting aim on the standard retail market for knives, and they're doing a hell of a job. We, if you're listening, more of it. Bring it. These companies that have been dropping the ball on QA and QC, even been dropping the ball on design, they need some pressure. Bring it. Kaiser, you do the same. Ganzo, you come in from the other end and give them all some pressure. And I know a lot of you out there are saying, oh my God, these Chinese knife companies, you're rooting on the Chinese knife company. Look, I'm not rooting on the Chinese knife company, but these people have got to eat just like people in other parts of the world do too, just like I do. And if people aren't buying their product, they don't eat. So I don't see the big problem. And I know there's a big political thing that goes around it. And maybe one of these days we'll talk about my opinion on that political thing. But I'm not going to get deep into it today. But I don't have a problem buying a product that's good. Pretty much doesn't matter where it's made. And We Knives are good. And they're coming. And whenever those three companies fill the voids in their product lines, those companies are going to win if those older standby companies don't get out there and do something. And I'd like to say I'm upset about it, but I'm not. What I'm looking for is a knife company that can build me a great knife, that can build a dealer network throughout the world, make people throughout the world some money, and put a great product in the customer's hand. And that's what's happening here, and that's how this will work. Whenever these get to the retail rack at your local Walmart or whatever you have, wherever you're at, where they have racks of $20 to $60 knives, or 20 to 60 euro knives or so, Bubba's going to buy one of these. And whenever Bubba buys this thing, because he don't know anything about We Knife Company or any of these other brands, whenever he buys this thing, after he uses it for a couple days, he's going to start showing his friends. And it's going to be a good knife. Everything's going to work. And then his friends are going to go buy him. And that's how we, Kaiser, and possibly Ganzo, could take over the U.S. and European knife market as far as consumer-level knives go. If those companies out there that we've been relying on for a long time don't want that to happen, it all comes down to design and quality assurance and quality control. Those departments need to get their butts in gear. Show us all that you can. Give we some competition. Give Kaiser some competition. And guys, I really appreciate you stopping by and talking knives with me for a few minutes. And if you would like, share, and subscribe, that would be great. Anytime you guys do that kind of stuff, it helps me out, which lets me bring more content to you, and I really appreciate it because I'm having a good time with this, and I hope that you guys are too. Anyhow, you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time.